Hello, and I just thought I would explain some talents on the Saiga. Um, First off, let's go through the talent tree real quick and explain explain what and why and how and all that stuff. Okay, so that talent tree. The reason why I do this is because of Soul Stealer is gonna give you uh, toughness back on a warp kill. Well, this is not a warp kill, a warp like what you call it, based build. It's still gonna help you out greatly in this build here because you do have warp capabilities. Metal, it's any crit gives you 10% of your toughness back over 4 seconds. If you get an additional crit, it will just refresh, so it will just keep giving you toughness back. It's really, really good. Perfect timing, since we are building into crits. It's just more damage you do. The more damage you do, the faster you will get rid of targets, right? Makes sense. This one is literally just if you kill an elite or special, everything around that target gets 3 stacks of soul blaze, so everything around it will just burn. And this keeps stacking up to 16 points of burning soul blaze, right? So if you kill 2 elites, everything gets 6 stacks. 3 elites, that's 9 stacks. You get it, right? A sail. Personally, I'm not a big fan of a sail because that's just stuff that does. I mean, if you're running a staff, there's no reason to take a sail. A sail is just a worse staff, if you will, right? It's, yeah. Whereas you can take some of this and buff your melee strikes with lightning and make it so people take more damage. Brain burst, you literally have a free brain burst. It just happens every 12 seconds. And this one, when you use your ability, you do it faster. It costs less to do, and it's just this is just solid, like really solid. Anyways, since we are building into Soulfire in this builder, we are taking a Soul Drinker because when you kill an ally with Soul Blaze, I know it says kill an ally with Soul Blaze. No, you just have to kill an ally as not. You just have to kill an enemy that is infected by Soul Blaze, and you get all these stats. You get 15% toughness over time and 5% crit for duration. It's really solid, and this also plays into this point up here because you want a crit, right? Wildfire. When an enemy dies affected by Soul Blaze, nearby enemies each gain up to 4 stacks. So if the target dies, has 4 stacks, the enemies around that target will also get 4 stacks. So this just spreads the fire, well, like wildfire. It's really good. The crit boost, well, it's mandatory, but it plays really well into what we're doing. We could take more crit, but we want the cooldown to be low. And that's why we take Psychonetic Aura. At a point, I see a lot of people being a little confused of, I mean, not a lot of people, some people. In Perfect Evasion, a critical hit makes you count as dodging. So count as dodging, that just means, well, you're basically immune to that damage type for the duration, right? So when you crit, and we'll come back to this one. One with the warp, when you do use your shards, you get peril warp stacks, right? Which makes you harder to kill because of this talent here. Just a Dream converts damage to peril, makes you a little tougher to kill. It's very nice. Vending Shriek. So the important talent point is this one, right? So if your peril is above 80%, like 80% or above, right? You'll apply the 6 stacks of Soul Blaze to enemies. So it depends on how high your peril level is, how much Soul Blaze and stuff you will put on enemies. It's very nice. And this is not necessarily a warp build. That's why we don't go into warp rider. It's more like a defensive kind of build, right? We do, however, take Horrible Minds. Just, it's more damage and it's arguably the better of the two. I mean, this one is to everything, so if you really build into that you're on high peril, basically always this talent is better. But just for, what you call it, for this build's sake, this one is easier to play with and thereby better because this is meant to be an easy build to play. And then just down into Empowered Presence. Oh, excuse me. Empowered Presence. So when you have this, I mean, kills have a 10% chance of your next pledge being an empowered one, right? And you can see what it does here. So with Brain Burst, it removes the cost. Really solid. It reduces the cast speed. And it increases the damage by 50%, which is absolutely wild. Smite, 200% more damage. I mean, Smite does literally no damage, so it's nice to see it gets more damage while you have this. And it is spreads between enemies faster. The spreading between enemies faster is probably the biggest line there. Assail, when you have an empowered one, 100% peril cost reduction, so you cast them for free. And the base damage increases from 125 to 150. Does not consume any charges. So yeah, you literally cast them for free when you have a charge, right? And here, when gain an Empowered Presence charge on an elite kill. So you want to go for the elites and kill them. And when you use your empowered presence, you what you call regain 20% toughness to you and your allies, so you become what you call it, more of an support figure in your team. You make sure your team don't basically die. And you can hold up to 3 of them, so you can save 3 of them up and just spend them. You know, it's real fun. And this point here, true aim. True aim also works with a sail. This one, because a sail always goes for weak spot hits, which is kind of fun. So when you land 5 weak spot hits, your next range attack will automatically be a crit. Very solid. And that means when you do crit, you will count as dodging. So you're immune to range attacks. The only thing I will say though, since you are generating a lot of toughness, you could forego this one and go up and take so your shots pierces additional targets. Because this will activate the crit from this one way more, and thereby give you a lot more toughness from this point. So there's some synergistic stuff in there. But that was this 3 explained. But curios, the gunner resistance is basically, so you don't get shot to death. It should be pretty self-explanatory there. Toughness regen speed. You want the regen speed because all your toughness comes in over time. So you just get a lot of it really quickly. And cooldown reduction. Cooldown reduction is king on this build at least. The pistol, you want the rending on criticals or hand cannon because of it just makes you it makes you become a literal can opener against crushers. Crucian roulette, it just gives you more critical stuff. It's something you don't have to think about. It just happens. Unstoppable power. That point could be changed for something else because you're not really on high peril a lot of times, but you can be. So when you do your special attack, it will like do more damage and stuff. So it's not a bad one to have on, anyways. Yeah. And a little side note: when you shoot your shots out, right? You can see the peril goes up. When it's up there by like the 90-80%, you want to use your ability to burn because the burn will just keep spreading. As you can see here, it's just that is basically the loop. And that's how fast you can kill a crusher with this gun. It just... There we go. Crusher gone. Reaper. Two shots if you get a crit, right? Molder. Two shots if you get a crit. So yeah, there's a ton of power in this. Also, I kind of want to see him. Wait, so the uncanny strikes, right? See the first hit here. 203, 6. I mean, that's a non-crit and did more than a crit. You see, that's just normal attacks, right? And then we can go in and we can do the heavy. Also a little fun thing, right? The second heavy attack on this weapon, if you hit a crusher in the head, will always knock it on its ass. Just know that when you do knock a crusher on its ass, it gets stun immunity for like 5-6 seconds if after it comes up. But that shouldn't matter because that should happen. See? And then we can also knock these on their asses. You can always just go up, hit them, do this, and blow them the heck up. Alright. And shots on crushers, as you can tell, does absolutely diddly squat. Like, absolutely nothing. So don't do that. On gunners, not gunners, on reapers, it's basically the same story. Does absolutely nothing, so that's why you got the gun. On specials and elites, shots are decent enough. On these units, on gunners, you can just kind of spam them out, and you should get enough kills where the shots will just take care of them all. Also, when you do this, like when you kill stuff like that with the with your blitz ability, so that's shots, right? You get a lot of touches back, not just to you, but also to your team. And oh yeah, on an ending note, right? The range for the shards is about like here-ish. If you're off from here, the shots will miss. If you hit directly, well, it will hit. If you're over here and you shoot the shots, you see, I don't need to hit the target. The shots, what you call it, seek out, right? I can shoot over. Oh, apparently not over. Interesting. But yeah, I just need to like be vaguely close, and the shot will hit, right? I can't be completely off, but you saw there, it's I'm off the target, and it still hits. So that is at least pretty nice. So yeah, that's about it. Please tell me if this was helpful and stuff. We'll probably do more of it in the future. Just explaining random builds and whatnot. Anyways, that was it for this one. See you here and catch you in the next one. Bye bye.